All right, week 3. Let's have at it. I'm tired. But I get a text message today. You know, we'll see how long it is I can hold out in a halfway chipper mood. Oh, man. We talked about successes at the end of last week. Your mental is not really as sharp and as strong as it should be. Before we get any deeper into this video, I wanted to answer the question I posed to you in week 2's video, which I can link, I don't know, up here somewhere. I don't know where it goes. The question was, how many codes are successful? So what does a code mean? When somebody loses a pulse, we call it code blue. We get everybody to the room. We're doing chest compressions, we're pushing drugs, we're doing shocks, whatever the patient actually may need to try to get a pulse back. Now, what percentage of codes are successful? TV and movies would have you believe it's a very high number. It's a very low number. The correct answer is about 5%. Depends where you read it, but 5, give or take. So when somebody does chest compressions on somebody after they've lost a pulse, meaningful recovery is very unlikely. But that 5% is the reason we try. But week 3, this is kind of the toughest week, I think. You know, you've gone through the first 2 weeks, you're halfway done, but you get to this point and it's like, oh my God, I have so much left. It's been 2 weeks of this, you're exhausted, your brain feels like mush because you've been thinking so hard for so very long. Hard thinking is tough. It hurts sometimes. Well, it hurts if you're doing it right anyway. But week 3 is usually the most difficult week, not because of the patients or because of the time that you're there. Usually you're most tired on week 4, but you have this little glimmer of hope that the rotation is ending soon during week 4. Week 3, you don't really have that. So that's where I'm at now. This morning I am walking into a call day. We have 5 patients on our list at the moment. The ICU has 4 open beds. There will be a lot of movement today, I think, so we are setting ourselves up to get crushed. I have, I believe, 1 more call after this one, and then I'm done with calls. So that's exciting. You know, despite being exhausted and kind of worn down, you kind of start to get into the rhythm. Call 5 and 6 usually go pretty smoothly, even if they are busy and just mind-bogglingly tiring. You kind of get into your rhythm, you kind of figure out, okay, what do I need to do for this patient now, and what am I going to need to do for the next couple of days, and what are the end goals for this patient? Those are the things that come pretty easily to some of the more seasoned seniors. This time during the year, the interns are starting to pick up on it pretty well. Of course, some will do better than others, and that's to be expected. Everybody learns and develops at different rates. But some of the interns are now starting to get to the point where, you know, they don't really need me that much. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have 2 of my call months come later in the year. My first call intern was terrific back in her first rotation back in July. But there were still a lot of mechanical kinks to work out and system kinks to work out, and that was a lot of the difficult parts about being a senior in July. And for those of you who don't know, July is the intern's first month of actually practicing medicine. But now a lot of those kinks are ironed out, and it's gotten to the point in the week where everything seems to be running smoothly from a team's perspective, and you know, everybody is, you know, firing on all cylinders, albeit caffeinated cylinders mostly, except for my sister senior. She's pregnant. She doesn't drink a lot of caffeine because fetus. That's my initial week 3 rant. Time to go have a call day. Knock on wood for me. It's not too bad. I'm tired. So I'm a bit way through week 3 right now, and it's getting a little hard, a little tough on the psyche. It's been something. Sleep has been very poor lately. I don't know if it's stress or lack of exercise. I really haven't been able to exercise much. Hopefully I can tonight. My diet's been okay though, I've been happy with that. But I get a text message today saying that there's black mold in my apartment, specifically my closet. So, all the fun stuff happened in my closet. So if we go over here, we can see that, hey, there's carpet and then there's not carpet, and they're taking stuff out and, oh boy. Yeah, here we go. So this will be an ordeal. So isn't that fun? That's something else I gotta deal with. And one of the circuits broke in the circuit breaker, I don't know why. So they fixed that today though, that was nice. Half of my living room was without power. But now, there's this. So, you know, when your mental is fried like mine is, these things can kind of tip you over the edge. So, I got a couple more sick patients, and yeah, they're not doing well. So, you know, we'll see how long it is I can hold out in a halfway chipper mood. Oh, man. We talked about successes at the end of last week. And the end of this week. Yeah, not really. I'll start by saying last week, the guy who we sent to acute rehab is doing really, really well. He's still in our hospital system, so we check up on him and make sure he's doing well. And he is, so I'm pleased about that. But sometimes you really get smoked some weeks. I showed you all the stuff in the in the closet, so that's fun. Really just annoying. But after 3 weeks of ICU and, you know, all the sleep deprivation and stress that brings along with it, your mental is not really as sharp and as strong as it should be. Anything little pushes you over the edge. But today wasn't something little, you know. In the ICU, you're used to seeing people die. And, you know, you're used to trying real hard for these people. But sometimes it just gets you differently. And today, a guy who is almost certainly going to die in the next couple of days. Yeah. It's not like we didn't try everything. We did. You know, unfortunately, sometimes everything is just not enough. So, he's a young guy too, you know, just a little older than I am, and he's got a family, and they'll be without a dad and a husband soon. And that sucks.